Are you looking to get your place ready for rent? Well, you're in the right place for this conversation. I'm Mark Ainley, founder, partner, GC Realty Development, also co-host of Chicago's #1 real estate investing podcast, Straight Up Chicago Investor. You got to check it out. But in our 23 years of business, we have leased over 5,000 units. We've managed over 6,000 doors. We've completed over 60,000 work orders. And one thing that we've done with these work orders is we've realized that if we have the place rent ready on the front end, it limits the amount of work orders that we have. So if we are able to do a turnover, which we've done over 2,800 turnovers, the standards that we have in those turnovers will definitely set the pace of how many work orders are really tenant satisfaction is what we're trying to create there by doing the right work up front. So I've created what we have is what we call the GC property standards. And it really chunks down to 3 categories: clean, safe, and functional. Now clean, that's very obvious. And clean doesn't cost much money. So we always want to make sure that our places are professionally clean, the carpets are clean at every turn, and the place has a clean landscaping setup. You're not turning over a place with way too crazy of growth. So clean is an easy one, and it's usually not that expensive to maintain clean, right? A lot of that, it seems pretty obvious, but a lot of people try to shortcut cleaning or like, it doesn't look that bad, it's just a little dust. Like, that's not cool. Like, don't do that to your new tenant. So functional. Functional is if something is there, it works. A lot of times you probably right now in your own house live with something that doesn't work. You just haven't dealt with fixing it. I know even in my house, I have a ceiling fan that makes this knocking noise every time. It doesn't really bother me. I don't know, maybe I get peace out of it even when I'm sleeping. But if I rented my place out, that'd be the first worker that I'd go in. So just because you dealt with something living there doesn't mean that that's the right thing. And things that are there should be functional. Now, the only exceptions to really functional might be sometimes is I have a jet tub that's 20 years old that the jets don't work. Or I have a fridge, a higher end fridge, and maybe the ice maker broke a while ago and the parts aren't around to fix it anymore. Now those things, you can live with that, but those are things that have to be disclosed up front. So before they sign the lease, hey, that's a great tub there, but the jets don't work. Or hey, the fridge is great, but the water dispenser, I haven't been able to connect it because the water line's too far. Whatever it might be, those type of things have to be disclosed. But if you have light fixtures or if you have appliances, I get every so often a guy like, hey, 3 of the 4 burners work on the stove. It's like, yeah, that's not how that works, man. Like, you just because you didn't cook and you never used any of the burners doesn't mean that the next people are not going to want those 4 burners. And it overall, those little things end up kind of adding up to the experience that you want to give your residents. So we're very key on making sure things are functional. Now, the last thing is safety. Now, I will admit, I, as an investor, tried to shortcut some of the safety things early on in my career. Do you necessarily have to put the lighting on there? Do you have to put the secure storm door on there? And it was something that ultimately I learned through just growing up and having my own family, and at the same time managing properties in maybe tougher neighborhoods. But at the same time, everyone wants to feel safe, right? You're providing a house with a roof over people's heads. You're setting them up for growing their own families, and you want them to feel safe. Everyone wants to feel safe, and making sure having the proper lighting in the yards, or if you have a garage, making sure that that's lit up well, making sure there's not these tripping hazards, or the corner of the carpet that has a little sharp edge on it that you might not have kids that could crawl on it, or you might not go in that room often, but the tenant you're moving in might have a kid that's going to be their bedroom, and it's important to make sure that little kid doesn't cut themselves. There's liability involved when it comes to safety as well too. So just want to make sure everyone's always thinking about that. That is sometimes money that is not necessarily recognized cleanly. You get new carpet, it's very clear that you got new carpet, the place looks nice. The place is really clean. It's noticed that it's clean, and you could see it. You could see the value you're getting. Safety is one of those things that you can't always see the value. The storm door you put on there versus not having a storm door helps that family feel safe at night, but you might not necessarily feel it. It just costs you $400 to get that thing purchased and installed. the extra lighting that you'll never see on at night because you're not at property at night. You'll never get to feel the level of safety walking from your garage to the rear access. So these standards is what we've came up over the years as far as covering clean, safe, and functional, but at the same time preventing work orders. These, we might come back with a list at turnover 20, 30 things, and it's going to be more affordable for you to fix these 20 things up front in one swoop versus a tenant calling in 2 or 3 of those over the period of time they're there. So clean, safe, and functional, that's what we follow here. If you're a self-managing landlord, these are great kind of tools to take for yourself, but we'd love to hear what you think, and we'd love to jump on a call with you. So we look forward to seeing you soon.